Hey everybody, little algebra review for you at the end of this lesson. So we are on chapter 5 reviewing, and we should notice that this y is not by itself. When you graphed with the class previous to this one, you should have divided by 3 to each item. And when we solve now, the 3's cancel, so you get y equals. There was a hiding 1 right here. I did that on purpose just to help you remember. Now if you grab your calculator, any calculator will do, whether it's on your iPad or not, you divide by 3. You want to change that to a fraction to get 1 over 3, and then put your x behind that. So we type 1 divided by 3 in our calculator and change it to a fraction. And now I see a negative 3 divided by 3. There we go. So this turns into a minus 1 in the back. So we had to do some fancy dividing here. And now we're going to graph that. So our y-intercept is negative 1. This tells us to go up 1 and to the right 3. We'll do that again. And why not again? Connect. You can go down and left if you want to. Pause the video if I'm going too fast. Make sure you put arrowheads on. Sometimes a lot of kids miss that, but if you don't put arrowheads on, you're saying that it doesn't go on forever, which it does. Next review problem. There's only 2 of them because this one tends to be a little lengthy. These absolute value bars should tell you that we're going to have 2 answers here. And this inequality sign should indicate that we're going to have to graph our answers. So the 2 come from, I made this one pretty simple. I didn't put anything on the outside of this, and I made sure there was nothing in front of x. I just want to start with basics. So you pretend the problem doesn't have any absolute value signs. So you essentially keep the problem the same. In fact, I'll even show you what I mean. You keep the problem the same, but you eliminate the absolute value bars. That's how you do the first solution set. Okay, so that's where I got that from. And then you solve. Do not flip your sign because you did not divide by a negative. Wait here, we'll use that in just a second. You learned that your second solution set comes from the x plus 4 again, but this time we change both of those. So instead of being greater than 2, you do less than negative 2. You learned that in chapter 3 of Algebra 1. Now we solve this, and you get x is less than negative 6. I did notice that some students were struggling putting that into their calculator. So it's a negative 2 minus a 4. And if you don't like that, you can do negative 2 plus a negative 4. Either way, you'll get negative 6. Time to hold on to that because we have to graph our solution set. Here's my number line. Whoops. Let's see, I have negative 2 and I have negative 6. So that's going to be negative 4 in the middle of them, a 0 here, and a negative 8 here. You're going to have an open circle for the negative 2 pointing to the right because it's greater than, and an open circle pointing to the left for the 6 because it's less than. I'm hoping you remember from the days previous that this would be an OR problem. And the reason this is an OR problem was way up here at the beginning. It was a greater problem. Greater problems are typically OR problems as long as you don't flip your sign. So your answer is going to be this picture. And as far as the Keystone practice problems have indicated, this will be a concept that's discussed and tested on the Keystone. So something we'll keep revisiting.